All right, we got Nintendo is getting worse somehow. Going? Yeah, I'm going. Okay. From your boy, Act Man.
What's up, trainers? This is the Act Man here, and today, Pokemon is the greatest franchise ever. I have so many fond memories of capturing all the pocket monsters.
Oh my god, same dude. Bro, when I first played Pokemon, it was, what was it? I think it was Pokemon Blue. And I don't remember what age I was. I had to have been like 6, 7, 8, 9 or something like that. And then Pokemon Yellow came out like a year or something later. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. You get the Pikachu to follow you and all that shit. God dang it. Bro, like the first Pokemon game, I had to have spent God knows how many hours trying to just get out of my house. Because you know, when you start that game, you start in your bedroom. I was a little kid and I haven't played like any. The only other game I played on Game Boy was like Mario, and all you're doing Mario is like move right. But for me to play Pokemon, like you're like going up, down, left, right. I didn't understand that if you want to go anywhere, like in or out of a building, that you had to walk over the stairs or walk out of the rug. I I was damn near about ready to return the Pokemon game because I couldn't get out of my house. It was only until me like walking everywhere and just like accident, because like when you walk out of the
And like,
oh wait where, okay, bop, brush, your house is like, oh Jesus, that's horrible. Back, so like this is your house. Come on, oh, come on. Okay, bang, bang, and then this is the rug. What? Give me the damn brush. This is the rug that you go outside. So I'm a little dude. It's like, that's me. I walked every which way and to try to figure out where to go. I didn't understand that, I've walked across the rug. I walked up to the rug. I don't know what happened. I didn't even realize this was a rug. I didn't understand that you have to walk onto the rug and then hit down again to exit the house for like 3 hours. For 3 hours, I was wandering around in the damn house. Once I found out how to get out of the house, I was like, oh, this is the game. Okay, I get it.
me, you should continue purchasing all Pokemon-related products online or at your local retailers. Also, be on the lookout for any games, products that might be plagiarizing this incredible IP.
Power World,
You can't
yeah.
have anything tarnishing the beloved Pokemon brand. Be sure to report these criminals to your local authorities and... Oh god. Keep purchasing Pokemon products, please. Please help. Help
Take
me.
a shot.
Help me, they're right outside. Help. Shit.
The important thing to know is that I fired at him, all right, and I missed.
For God's sake.
Ooh. Dodged a bullet there. What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here, and today Nintendo's assassins just tried to execute me. But since they only brought one round, we're kind of at a stalemate. They're still sitting outside my house as I record this, and the reason they're there is I intend to talk about their recent lawsuit and the
Nintendo sues Pokemon with guns, aka Power World.
big Pokemon leaks. Nintendo, recent lawsuit. Which one, Act Man?
Yeah, true. Remember when Nintendo sued that one guy? What did he do? I just remember Nintendo sued like one dude and made him pay like garnished his wages until he paid off I don't know, like $1 or $2 million or some shit. I forgot what the dude did, but it's like for a gigantic corporation to act against like a single person doing something. I forgot what it was. God damn it. Oh, god dang it. But yeah, which one?
Good one. Yeah, right? It seems like Nintendo is always on the warpath when it comes to litigation. Obviously, any company has a right to protect their IPs and their brand, but I think we'd all agree Nintendo is overzealous.
Yeah.
Let's be real, guys. Nintendo would sue an orphanage if they found out an Italian kid named Luigi lived there.
Yeah,
They have a
true.
long history of taking down YouTube videos that have gameplay of Nintendo games. They've sued modders and destroyed channels that archive music where Nintendo doesn't make that music readily available. Would you believe it? I was going through the history books and it turns out they also tried to sue Blockbuster.
Really?
In order to, pun intended,
Didn't Blockbuster, they had games there to rent from Nintendo. How are you gonna sue them?
block them from renting out video games to people. Nintendo later sued Blockbuster again for reprinting manuals and the two settled out of court. The point
How retarded is Nintendo?
is Nintendo's always been insatiable and out for blood when it comes to litigation, and that hasn't changed in the last 35 years. And recently, they declared that they were suing Pocket Pair, the developers of Pal World. We all love Nintendo's games and what they've created over the last 40 years, and some folk are so passionate that they make their own non-profit fan creations. They try to preserve games or emulate them. And Pal World was one of those games that really seemed to take inspiration from Pokemon and iterate on that formula in a way that Pokemon simply hasn't, or at least hasn't pushed far enough.
Yeah, because honestly, with what I've seen online, in the most recent, what do you call it, inceptions of Pokemon, people are just simply not happy with their current games, with how shoddy the work and craftsmanship are of those current games.
The bottom line is that Nintendo has a terrible reputation when it comes to preserving their games, making them easily available. No, we're not going to re-release this game. If you want to play it, pay $500 for it on eBay. But don't...
Bro, that is kind of funny that Nintendo is the only company that I don't really see them doing like remakes, remasters, re-releases with like updated graphics and shit. Bro, if they did that, they would actually make a killing. Imagine if they just simply updated the graphics for like Mario 64, but kept all the same mechanics so you could still speedrun the game.
Don't pirate it. Don't you dare fucking pirate it. Emulation. More like cease and desistation. And that was
I think Nintendo has the most emulated and pirated games that people play, to be honest.
really bad even for me. So many fans see fit to take matters into their own hands to preserve the games they love. And Nintendo may be full within their legal rights to take action against people. It just sucks that it has to be this way, you know? But there's a lot to talk about with this Pal World Nintendo lawsuit. And this is yet another story in what happens when games get leaked. If you watched my reviews of Pal World, Scarlet and Violet, you know that I've felt disillusioned with Pokemon.
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is like how the game is on release. This is absolutely horrible. I don't care who your audience is. Like, oh, they're supposed to be for little kids. It's not gonna be perfect. No, this is horrible by all metrics, by all standards.
I feel like the series has gotten ridiculously stagnant. It's 10 times easier to beat a Pokemon game now than it was when I was a kid. And Game Freak...
No. Bro, if you wanted to beat those old ass games, just play with one Pokemon the entire time. Don't try to make a roster. Don't try to have a collection of Pokemon. I mean, you could, but like... Bro, all you really needed in those old ass games was go catch yourself a low level Abra, level that bitch up, and just use either, if you found somebody to trade with, you could evolve them into Alakazam, but Kadabra could easily one shot most, if not all, Pokemon in that game with Psychic. Or even if you didn't even want to do that, well, I mean, I only say the whole Kadabra Alakazam thing was because Kadabra and Alakazam were both in the first and second place for the speed stat in the game. And if you have the higher speed stat, when two Pokemon come out, that determines like what Pokemon gets to act first. And if you have the higher speed stat, you get to act first, and you also get to attack first. So Alakazam and Abra, both their speed stats were so stupid high that whenever they just shot out like a psychic or something, it would usually one-shot the Pokemon. Just anything. Like, just pure. And even if you didn't want to do that, you could just get, like, just use Charmander the whole time, just use Squirtle the whole time, just use a Bulbasaur the whole time, and you could just one-shot the game.
It just seems like they're really, really lazy. So I'm sure I'm not the only one who found the formula and style of Palworld so refreshing, in like an insane kind of way. Let's go slavery. Let's go slavery. Palworld still sits as the game with the third highest all-time peak concurrent player count on Steam.
Damn.
Which is no easy feat to accomplish, but these days the game has only retained a mere fraction of that audience.
That's okay, though. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with a game coming out, people playing it to the end in its entirety, enjoying it, and then leaving it be. There's nothing wrong with that. Every game doesn't have to be a live service, always online game.
Regardless, I thought the game was really fun, unique, and that it had that sort of innovation I've been hoping to see from the Pokemon franchise. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, on the other hand, were not happy at all with the success of Palworld.
It should have been me, not him!
Which again was developed by Pocket Pair, which is also another Japanese company. And that might be important because maybe Nintendo is trying to get rid of some of their internal competition. Now we all saw the similarities between some of the pals and some famous Pokemon.
If Palworld was simply made and marketed as Pokemon with guns, but the original creators were Japanese, what does that say about America's how America looks toward other countries? Is that just the vision that other countries, is that the perception that other countries get when they look at America? Just everything is bigger with guns. Just add guns and it's American. There you go. That is so funny to me. It's kind of like how Kal-El views all humans. They're all like cowardice and like withdrawn. They're scared. They're like, because that's his interpretation with Clark Kent. It's just what Kal-El sees most humans doing. They're cowards. They're kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna do my thing. That's the vibe I get from whatever that Japanese company was. Just they like Pokemon. American, just give them guns. Great, yeah.
Nah, I don't see this one. I don't see this one. Pikachu, nah. Sparkit came first. Some of this shit really is blatant. Like, let's just flip the.
What the fuck? Snorlax just on his belly, but with some horns. I mean, but it's like a very simple shape. The shape is very like simplistic. It's a literal just ball with some stubby legs and a head.
Teeth upside down.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, same thing with the teeth and
yeah, it is kind of blatant. Oh man. Wait, what's the Pokemon? Is this the Pokemon? Or no, this is all Palworld. This is obviously a Meowth with a beard.
eyes, even the trident, you know?
This is like on four legs, but yes, there is a trident. But this is like a water type. I don't know what the fuck this is. You can't have like a fucking, what do you call it? You can't own like putting a trident on an animal. What is this, like a bear? Like a fluffy bear with like some cotton balls around it and like some gems in its chest or something. And it's on all fours. This is a penguin with like a beak.
They had certain color schemes that were very similar. Lucario and Anubis. So yeah, looking at these comparisons, I think we all expected Nintendo and the Pokemon Company to clap back with some kind of lawsuit. Little did we realize it wouldn't be for copyright infringement, but a patent infringement.
Huh?
What?
That's right. Nintendo isn't suing Pocket Pair because of these designs being, copied. If you guys remember, there were allegations.
Oh, okay. So they don't care about what the Pokemon look like.
That Pocket Pair had literally ripped Pokemon assets and just slapped their own skin over it and made very few changes. But here's the thing. If Nintendo can sue someone for copyright infringement, they're going to. Nintendo would sue themselves if given the opportunity. But what's strange is that we haven't learned the exact reason or what exact patent Nintendo is suing Pocket Pair for, but many have speculated on the reason why. As for what type of patents Pocket Pair might be infringing on, I have a few theories. A few game theories. Can't do that anymore. I heard some people...
Wasn't it supposed to be like they're suing that company because Pokemon has the right to throw a ball at like a fake animal, and they own that, but Power World does not. But yet Power World still throws like ball-like things at these pals to capture them.
Talk that maybe they have a patent on like catching critters with a ball.
Yeah.
I don't know how you patent a mechanic like that, but if they can do it, Nintendo and Game Freak will. I can't really think of many other games where you catch things and then they live in a ball. I've also heard people say that the way the ball opens as a mechanic in video games, I think Power World's balls open in two halves, while Pokeballs have a latch and open like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the case. Maybe Pocket Pair can get by on a technicality. I really don't know. Regardless,
that's so funny. Our balls open like this. The Pokeballs open like that. That is so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god.
Most people are rooting for Pocket Pair to come out.
Why not? Instead of like opening like that, why couldn't it just like, they could have like had like the screw feature of like
out on top in this scenario, given that they're going up against giant evil corporation. Now in this PC Gamer article, they interviewed somebody who's a patent lawyer who basically said that Nintendo is taking a pretty big risk pursuing this lawsuit, as if it doesn't hold up, if they don't win, there's a chance they might lose that patent. Now, I'm no expert in patents. I understand why they are a thing, and sometimes a company creates something that's very unique and they want to retain all rights and control of it. In the realm...
Wait, does Mass Effect have a patent on like, on that little chat thing where it's like the good answer, the bad answer, the neutral answer, and then some other shit?
Of video games, however, it seems like patents only serve to stifle creativity in the industry and limit what other developers are allowed to create.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get. But I think this is like a genre to genre type of thing. Because if you look at the FPS industry or the FPS genre, nobody gives a shit about patents. It's like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but there is every type of mechanic, every type of thing that you could possibly do to a gun in every type of game. Look at how guns or just mechanics are made in Warframe, in Crab Champions, in Call of Duty, in Fortnite. Well, Fortnite I think maybe Fortnite will have a patent on like the building aspect, like being implemented into like a battle royale, maybe. I don't think I will see another game try to compete against Fortnite in that respect. 'Cause look at battle royales. How many of them have like some sort of like armor and health feature? It's like, oh, you gotta regenerate your shield, you gotta regenerate your armor, your health doesn't regenerate. Or maybe it does in the case of Warzone. And now Fortnite has this like little shield thing that always regenerates, but like your other shield doesn't. You have to like manually do that one. I don't fucking know. I haven't played Fortnite for fucking ever.
Remember how Warner Brothers patented that Nemesis mechanic from Shadow of Mordor? That system where you could fight different orc leaders? And it was procedurally generated. It was like this really cool rival system, and you could defeat the leadership of the orcs. This feature was super cool and unique, and it's an idea that should be allowed to be expanded upon and iterated on by other developers. And yet, it's only been used in 2 games, and the
Oh, wait. What? Let me see.
should be allowed to be expanded upon and iterated on by other developers. And yet, it's only been used in 2 games.
Well, the next iteration, Shadow of Mordor, Game of the Year edition, okay. And then Shadow of the Colossus. What? Since when does Shadow of the Colossus have the Nemesis system? Are you sure about that? Maybe in like the newest like remake version? But even then, no, you only fight the, what is it, the 16 Colossi, and then that's it. And then maybe you can unlock a time attack mode and like unlock some like extra equipment, but that's it. Did Shadow of the Colossus change?
And the rest of us gamers are just left wondering how this system could have been brought to other franchises and other RPGs if that
You know what's funny is like Warframe kind of has a system like this, but it's not like directly like it. With how you get Tenet weapons and Kuva weapons, you have to go on this big long hoopla fucking adventure to kill this one person to get this one type of weapon. And throughout the whole time, this one like evil bad guy is just taunting you the entire time. And eventually you kill him, and then you get the weapon out of him. But is that not the same thing in essence as this like Nemesis system?
patent didn't exist. Imagine this. What if PUBG had successfully patented the battle royale genre?
Oh yeah, that would have been horrible for everybody else, dude. We wouldn't have Fortnite, wouldn't have Apex, wouldn't have Warzone, wouldn't have all these other battle royales coming out of the woodworks.
The battle royale game mode. I don't know if they tried or were able to do that at all. I mean, crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
But what if they had also won their lawsuit against Epic Games and Fortnite was shut down? Imagine what life would be like if Fortnite was shut down in 2018.
Oh God.
You would have lost this.
Oh God.
And you wouldn't be able to play as Peter Griffin and fight Goku over the Thanos gauntlet. And I don't want to live in that world. Thankfully, we don't. I think it's pretty obvious that if Nintendo and the Pokemon Company had their way, if their wish was granted, Palworld would just be completely shut down and Pocket Pair would go bankrupt. But we need games like Palworld. We need games like Fortnite because direct competition means that we win as consumers because companies have to work harder to earn our money. They have to make better products, innovate, and create something fresh and new that we're going to be interested in. By trying to find some legal loophole to take down Palworld, I think it's pretty clear that Pokemon doesn't want competition. They don't want to make better games. And Pokemon has been the most static franchise, I think, in my lifetime.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think I stopped playing Pokemon. What was it? Season 1, Season 2, or not season, generation. I think I stopped playing after Gen 3. I think I stopped playing after Gen 3. Because what was that? That was like, it was like Gen 1 was like red and blue and yellow. And then, I don't even remember. I'm so goddamn old, dude. God, I just turned 35. Fuck. And it was like Pokemon Generation Neo or whatever with Cyndaquil. Who else? Mudkip. And who was the leaf one? Like Chikorita. I am so fucking baller for memorizing those. Holy shit. And then Gen 3, I did play Gen 3, but I only played through it like once, so it wasn't like, it didn't stick to my head. The only reason I remember Gen 3 is because I played that shit in either middle or high school, and whenever I was taking Spanish class, me and my buddies would get done with our work like super early, and then we would always be playing Pokemon in the front row, and I would always whoop my friends' asses despite them talking shit and saying, "Oh, I just gotta get you back, all right? You know, I can whoop you, Cornel." No, no, you can't. Nope. They would always talk so much shit, but then I always relied on Alakazam. All right, again, they're like, "Oh, I got my starter Pokemon up to like level, oh, whatever the fuck," but I'm like, "Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?" I would just run through all of them with me and my little Alakazam. Yeah, I'm a metal slave, but at the end of the day, who wears the winner crown? All right, the winner does. Okay? Yeah. Shut up, John. Shut up, Kyle. I am the better Pokemon trainer.
And yes, it is the most profitable, but it's not the most fun. I guess I just wish that Game Freak would work as hard as Nintendo's legal team does when it comes to making Pokemon games. But I digress. Isn't it strange that just a week or two after Nintendo filed a lawsuit against Palworld, there was a massive amount of info leaked from Game Freak?
This is impossible!
And now we're going to take a look at some of what leaked it.
What? What happened?
There is no God. He abandoned us the moment this leak was revealed. My childhood has been irreparably damaged by reading some of this crap. Typhlosion, why would you do this, man? Why would you do this? Game Freak? More like Goon Freak? What the hell is this shit? We're gonna get into it, okay? Now, I'm not sure how much of this I can show you. The assassins are still out there. You know what? Fuck it. We'll look at some stuff. But apparently Game Freak had their servers hacked back in August, and they said that sensitive employee information had been leaked. But as of this moment, I don't believe they've directly addressed the Pokemon leaks. Makes you wonder if this is just pure coincidence. If they were hacked back in August, why reveal all this stuff now? So soon after the Palworld lawsuit. Maybe it's a coincidence, but as one trained in the Force.
You know that true coincidences are rare.
Now, I won't share too much about their upcoming projects, like games that they have planned, because, you know, maybe some people watching this just want to wait for official announcements so they can be surprised and hyped and, you know, not have that spoiled for them. But if you want to look that stuff up, well, just be prepared for Nintendo's assassins to show up outside of your house. Those fuckers are everywhere. Now, there were some innocuous things that got leaked, like beta Pokemon designs from...
What the fuck? Bro, what are these things? This is like shit out of a nightmare. This is... What? This is not the trend that I see Pokemon going. Pokemon has gone the other way. Pokemon has gone like the very safe, child-friendly, very toy-like thing with all of their Pokemon. All right, they are less animalistic and more toy-like. This is some crazy-ass nightmare fuel. This is, bro, if Pokemon started releasing shit like this, damn, I'd have to get back into it. Holy. This is the norm. This is the usual, you know? You know, not so much animalist. Well, I mean, this is kind of like toy-like. He's a lizard, so we're like, whatever. But this is like probably this is like what, Gen 3? Yeah, this is Gen 3. Well, supposedly, but I don't know what this fucking thing was.
Various generations, which I think are really cool. This one kind of looks like Druddigon.
Yeah.
Genesect. I don't know. Oh, this is Hydreigon. And look at this shit. Actually, that's like the Floatzel inner tube thing. Does he wear an inner tube? I don't know. This is supposed to be Mudkip, though.
Oh.
Early version of Mudkip. I like this Trico, and I think the real Torchic is better. But look at this shit. Look at this early version of Metagross. What?
Oh, shit. That's nightmare fuel, dude. That's awesome.
Unholy abomination is this? It kind of makes you wish we got some darker, more mature Pokemon games. Yeah. Look at this nightmare.
This is just a cactus thing. This is so crazy to look at.
Nightmare fuel. Cacturn. Ugh. It's very interesting looking at this stuff. Some of these early designs, they almost look like Pokemon that came out of that Pokemon Fusion thing. I think a lot of this stuff is really cool. I mean, it's always nice to see behind the scenes stuff for your favorite franchises. I have no idea how someone managed to get these ancient files. I mean, pre-release sprites of Gen 3 Pokemon, that goes back a few years.
Yeah, it does.
I'm also curious as to why Nintendo has never released this stuff officially. I think maybe looking at some of the other leaks will answer that question. You know, fans are always hungry for more, but then again, when we look at what else was leaked, maybe the Covenant never should have opened that weapons cache.
What else got leaked?
So one of the leaked Pokemon stories written by Game Freak was about a girl married a Pokemon.
Brother,
What? Okay, that's kind of funny, but you know, when you're a kid, you don't really think about the underlying things of adult themes. You just don't when you're a little kid. But when you're an adult, the concept of marriage and, you know, thinking about what a human and a Pokemon do, it's kind of right in your face.
what's that?
Married a Typhlosion.
Typhlosion? What are you laughing at?
Because
Oh boy. I thought it would have been more funny if, like, some girl married, like, a horse-type Pokemon.
she was tricked into thinking it was a human, and
What?
and they end up having a child together.
What? Bestiality in Pokemon? And that was coming from, like, the official company? How did they think that that was good? Like a good idea? Bro, if they actually released that, they would have sold way more, like, animal plushies. Oh my god.
Nice.
What the fuck?
A human
Nice.
Pokemon hybrid, the girl's father finds out and kills the Typhlosion.
Oh, damn.
Boy.
Oh my god. I would 100% paid attention to that story.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
I used to think I'd read and heard it all, but this isn't some Vaporeon fanfic. This is written by Game Freak. Now,
That's
to be
hilarious,
fair,
dude.
don't know what the context of this story is, or if they ever intended on implementing it in a game or something. I've heard people saying that some of these...
No, they would never implement that type of story. That is so out of left field. That is so adult. That is very taboo. No way. In the current climate of video games, are you kidding me? They wouldn't touch that story with a 10-foot pole.
tales are meant to reflect mythology and folk tales, but it's just very jarring as a Pokemon fan who's seen this franchise from my childhood to read some of this stuff. I mean, there's some dark stuff in Pokemon, but you know, some of this stuff, it doesn't hold a candle to Lavender Town. Now, obviously, none of this stuff was released, so it's not canon, and for good reason. These ideas were left on the cutting room floor. But it is entertaining to make fun of them.
Oh, yeah.
As people have been doing on Twitter.
He looks like he fucks Pokemon women. Agreed. Pokemon will never be the same again.
You know,
I have the chat logs here.
well, I have the chat logs here. I just came here to get some berries. How it feels to be a Typhlosion fan right
Oh, god dang it. Bro, I actually still have a shitload of different versions of like holographic Typhlosions. Oh, god dang it.
now. Yeah, whatever you do, don't look up the Slackoth story.
Yeah, I
Don't
won't.
look that up. Don't read it. Don't. I think this video would get demonetized if I read some of this. So at the end of the day, I think Pokemon fans are reasonably shocked by some of these revelations, all of this shit coming out at once. I'm not sure how to feel about
Actually, Read the Slack off Pokemon story later. Okay.
About the leaks. Part of me is happy to see some of the old concept art and scrapped Pokemon designs from the games I loved. I enjoy seeing behind the scenes stuff, and I think it's really cool to get an inside look at the design process, see early concept art for one Pokemon and then compare it to the final design. But the other part of me wishes I could live in a world where I still thought Typhlosion was a cool Pokemon. Regardless, these leaks come at a very interesting time where Nintendo is dealing with a major lawsuit against a competitor, and I think this is just gonna piss them off. And so it...
That's funny.
Oh, it looks like they're getting some ammo delivered. Okay. If I mysteriously disappear, I didn't take my own life. Just remember that. Just remember
Got
that.
you.
But what do you think about the recent leaks and the lawsuit? Let me know your thoughts and opinions.
It's probably a bunch of bullshit, like always. Nintendo being dumb and just looking for an extra buck, to be honest. You know, it's all like a flexing, you know, to try to show that you are the most alpha, superior, like animal Pokemon catching premier IP brand. There can be nobody else.
In the comments below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out.
Take the shot.
Peace.
Tango Day.
That was pretty funny. I had no idea about those like little side like unreleased stories or shit like that. That's so funny. Oh my god. I still like Typhlosion. Shut up. And it's not for that reason, okay? He's just cool. Whatever. Oh man. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows who's gonna win in that case, dude? For like throwing balls at fucking monsters. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. We'll see. But other than that, good video, dude. I've learned so much. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, take it easy. Later.